students, how are you all there? This is your Mr. Vijay from Rakan. I'm here again to explain to you about SPM mathematics, and I'm teaching you the chapter of matrices. A definite question in SPM. You cannot run away. It is a sure question. So we are going to take a look at how to solve one of the later questions. Okay. So let's take a look. Yes, Shubha. What is the second part of the question? Can you please tell me?
Using matrices, calculate the value of x.
Now, please take note. They already very specifically said using matrices. So I would like you to take note of this. Using matrices. That means you got to use the method of what? Matrices. Continue, please.
Using matrices, calculate the value of x and y that satisfy the following simultaneous linear equations.
Yes.
3x minus 2y equals 8.
Equals to?
8.
8, yes.
2x plus y equals 3.
Okay, very good. Now, please take a look. Students, two equations are given and they already say simultaneous equation. Now, there are two ways you can solve this. Number one, simultaneous equation method. Am I right now? Number two will be matrices method. Can you do simultaneous equation method here? No. Because very clearly and strictly the question has already asked you to use matrices form. So if you go and do simultaneous equation form, your answer is not accepted, 0. Are you clear now? So you have to use what? Matrices form. So what you have to do here, students, rule number one, all pay attention. You have to make sure, students, that you arrange it in such a way that up x, down also x, here y, here also y. If it is not arranged, you got to arrange it in such a form. Please be very careful about it. Rule number two, once you already arrange x, x, y, y, you look at the coefficient in front. Coefficient means in Bahasa Melayu we call pakali, the number in front. So what's the number in front here, students?
3, then 3.
Very good. Here it is 3 and here is what, students? 2. So I write a 2. Are you clear now? And over here, students, what is the number in front here? 2. But be careful, students, the negative belongs to the 2. So you got to take the negative 2 together. Can you see that now, students? And what is in front here, students?
Y.
Now, if you don't have anything, that is what? 1. Please take note, students. If you don't have anything, means what, students? 1. Okay? Now, multiply by then x and y. Can you see that now? X and what? Y. I hope you understand. But be careful, students. If you put your y first in front, x next, then y followed by x. Are you clear now? But if your x, here x, next followed by y, y, so first comes x, down goes y. I hope you understand, huh? Okay, next equals to, next, what is the number here, students? Come on, 8 and what? 3. So I have 8, I have 3. Now can you see, students, I have changed the simultaneous equation form into what? Matrices form. I hope you understand. Okay, students? Now what do I do, students? Can you please take a look here, students? Right? I want you to really pay attention here, students. When x, y, okay, and this one, students, this matrices here, I bring it over to the other side, right hand side of the equation, equal sign. When I do that, students, alright, when I do that, students, please pay attention, students. This thing, 3, negative 2, 3, negative 2, and 2, 1 becomes an inverse matrix. Can you see now? It becomes what? An inverse matrix. So if a matrix bring over the other side of the equal sign, it becomes an inverse matrix. Are you clear now? N followed by what is here, students? 8, 3. Followed by 8, 3. Can you see that? 8, then 3. Now I want you to pay attention. When I bring this matrix over the other side, I must put it in front, not at the back. Did you notice that now? Please, this is another mistake which you will be doing by putting it at the back. You must put it in front of the other matrix, as I've done, as I've shown you here. Okay? And if you can see, most of the time, this question, it has relation to the first part, where the first part has already asked you to find the inverse matrix. Can you see or not? So what you do? You take the answer and you substitute, because the first part you already find the inverse matrix. So the inverse matrix is already, we already found already 1 over 7 times. What is here? 1, here 2, here negative 2, here 3. Correct? Huh? So that's what I do. So I continue over this side. Alright, which is my working starts xy equals to 1 over 7. Alright, what do I get here first, student? 1, right? Then followed by what is the inverse matrix, student?
2.
2. And over here?
Negative 2.
Thank you. And here?
3.
3. Yes. And followed by, what is the other one, student? 8 and?
3.
8 and 3. Very good. I get what? 8 and 3. So far so good, student. Now what do I do? Please remember, students, don't do this mistake. Don't take the 1 over 7 here, don't multiply inside first, don't. Because if you do that, then you're asking for trouble. You complicate your working. Leave the 1 over 7 first. You just multiply this matrix and this matrix. Now what is this order here? 2 times 2. What is this order here? 2 times 1. Can you see or not? And can you see this number here and this number here is the same. Therefore, these two matrices can multiply. How do I multiply matrix? Remember this golden rule. Row times column. I repeat again. You remember RC. Row times column. There's a golden rule to multiply matrix. Row times column. What do I mean? Okay. Look here, the front matrix here. This front matrix here. The row, I multiply the column. Can you see or not? So, in this row got 2 member. In this column got 2 member. So, what do I do? Okay, so I continue my working. The 1 over 7 I write down again. I don't disturb the 1 over 7 I write down again. Row times column. That means the first member here multiply the first member here. The first member in this row multiply the first member in this column. Alright, so what is here? 1. And what is here, student? 8. So I show the working here. I show the working. 1 times 8 followed by plus. Now the second member here in the row times the second member here in the column. What is here, student? 2. Yes or no? Times by how many here, student? 3. So I show the working. 2 times 3. So what rule am I using here? What concept am I using here? Row times column. It's as simple as that. Now I go to the bottom. Same. Row times by column. Can you see or not? So because now this row is at the bottom, so I work on the bottom now. Whatever I do, I put answer at the bottom. So, what is here, students? Negative 2. First member times the first member here. So negative 2 times 8. Yes or no, students? So I put here negative 2. I multiply by 8. Plus, students. Now what is this row here, students? 3. The second member. And what's the second member in this column here, students? 3. So 3 times 3 is how much, students? Alright, I do first. I don't solve first. Okay? Now my next step, I rewrite again 1 over 7. Can you see that or not? 1 over 7. So I solve this here, student. This is what? 1 times 8 gives me what? 8. Plus, how much here, student? 2 times 3 is 6. So 8 plus 6. How much is that, student? Very good. I write the answer 14 over here. 14. Next, I do the same thing here. Student, come, pay attention. Negative 2 times by 8. How much, student? Negative 2 times 8. Negative 16. 3 times 3, how much, student? 9. Negative 16 plus 9. How much is negative 16 plus 9, student?
7.
Very good. Negative 7. Negative 7. Is it correct? No.
Yes.
No. Yes or no? Yes, negative 7 correct lah. Betul lah. Why? Because negative 16 plus with 9. So you get a negative answer, negative 7. Correct lah? Now what do I do, student? This in front here, we call it as the coefficient, or we call it as the multiplier. This multiplier have to times with each of the member inside the matrix, meaning that, students, 1 over 7 times 14. So I put here, I show you here, 1 over 7 times 14. The 7 and the 14 cut 1, 2. So 1 times 2, what do I get? Answer, student? Very good, 2. So I put the 2 there. And the same thing, 1 over 7 times negative 7. So I show here, 1 over 7 times negative 7. Positive times negative, you get negative. 7 and 7 cut, you get 1. So negative 1. Very good, Aspirate. So I get here what? Negative 1. Can you see that or not? Now what is this, student? My x, y. Can you see that or not? So what is my x? My x is what? 2. And what is my y now, student? Negative 1. So x equals to 2, y equals to negative 1. That's how I put my answer. So this is the method of solving through what? Through matrices. So I repeat again. The trick here is that when the matrix over here, student, you bring it over the other side, right hand side, it becomes what? Inverse matrix. And the inverse matrix must put in front of the other matrix. Don't put it back. Understand or not, student? Next, when I multiply, use the law what? Concept what? Row times column. Don't solve the what? The coefficient, the multiplier. Don't disturb first, leave it first. Only final only, you take the multiplier and multiply with each of the element inside the matrix. And finally, you get your answer. This is how you solve two simultaneous equations by using the matrix method. Please, you have to use the matrix method because it is clearly specified and instructed as for you to use the matrix method to solve this question. So I hope I have given you some insights. Alright, this is simplified explanation for you so that you can understand what I have taught you. So this is Mr. Vijay from Pusat Tuition Rakan. If you want to know more, please go through our website at www.rakan.edu.my or contact us at 012-680-5900. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.